Hi, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today is Sunday, October 4th, and welcome to the channel. This is the channel to get your second stimulus and pandemic news update in a clear and concise summary. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, like, and the bell button. It definitely helps the channel. In this video, I will be going over first the stimulus news and second the president's COVID-19 infection. In stimulus news, an important Trump tweet on Saturday afternoon occurred, with the President Trump pressing for a stimulus deal on Twitter. On Twitter, the president tweeted, "Our great USA wants and needs stimulus. Work together and get it done. Thank you." This is great news on the stimulus front, as Trump now has added tremendous pressure politically to get this stimulus round completed. Trump currently has been receiving treatment at Walter Reed Military Hospital just outside Washington when he sent this tweet. His tweet on Saturday afternoon focused on resolving the partisan deadlock over another stimulus bill which has been plaguing us for months. Both the Democrats and the Republicans are still very far apart on the exact terms of the second stimulus, which could potentially be passed, and what specifically it should target. Democrats in the House passed the $2.2 trillion package on Thursday afternoon, which was less than the $3.4 trillion that was originally passed in the bill in May. Mnuchin and some of the Republicans proposed a plan of about $1.6 trillion, so they are still about $600 billion apart in terms of dollar amounts. The House of Representatives is now on recess after passing the stimulus bill on Thursday. However, the House can reconvene at any time to vote on this bill. I've noticed that other channels had said that they have to wait till the recess is officially over, but that's actually not true. The House can reconvene at any time to be called back to vote on this bill. Trump's call on Twitter to push for a new round of stimulus comes on the heels of Friday's lower than expected jobs number. And we saw last week on Friday that a number of large corporations also announced devastating layoffs and furloughs, including American Airlines and United Airlines announcing that would affect over 30,000 people. And Disney on last week also announced a furlough and layoffs of over 28,000 employees. We also heard from Mitch McConnell announce on Saturday that floor proceedings and votings could be postponed until October 19th amid further COVID-19 breakouts that are currently occurring at the White House. There are still major areas of contention of the $2.2 trillion stimulus bill that was passed on Thursday, such as school and state aid. And the main area of contention is the expansion of eligibility of tax credits to the Affordable Cares Act for people on unemployment. Mnuchin and his administration have pushed hard for a bill under the $2 trillion mark. Also, federal unemployment benefits are another point of disagreement. Democrats want $600 per week of federal benefits, and some Republicans wanted $400 per week. And some Republicans have stated that $400 per week is more than some people earn and would encourage them to stay home and just collect benefits. Republicans such as Kevin Brady of Texas has stated he is wary of the overall debt in the United States that has occurred during the pandemic and has strongly rejected Democrats' calls to provide hundreds of billions more in stimulus. Republicans have also characterized this second bailout as a blue state bailout that would add on generations of debt that would be essentially unpayable. Pelosi has also expressed her desire for the first time to consider tackling the stimulus in more piecemeal, smaller bills, such as addressing necessary airline bailouts. So we will see how Pelosi and the Republicans can negotiate this going forward. As of right now, we need an agreed-upon deal from Pelosi and the Treasury Secretary and Republicans to agree on a common package that can be passed by both the House and the Senate. Right now, the $2.2 trillion bill does not have a high chance of being voted through by the Republican Senate. So there needs to be more talking back and forth on a bill that can be agreed upon by everyone and voted through by everyone and the president. We will continue to watch the status of this bill as it moves through the House and the Senate. On to the news regarding Trump's COVID-19 infection. Over the weekend, Trump's doctors gave updates on the president's condition, and today we learned Trump's physicians are hopeful he could return to the White House as soon as tomorrow, despite 2 serious drops in oxygen levels recorded on Saturday and Sunday. There was also a Vanity Fair article that came out last night that claimed that on Friday the president had a fever of 103 and was given oxygen as a precautionary measure. He was also reported to have irregular palpitations in the heart, possibly due to the remdesivir drugs and the other cocktail of drugs he was given. The article went on to say that Trump was very fearful of his life, and he stated, quote unquote, "Am I going to go out like Stan Chara?" And he was another real estate developer who died from COVID-19. On Saturday, we also heard conflicting media reports about the president's health. And Saturday, Trump tweeted a video of himself from Walter Reed Hospital, where he was shown apparently working and in good health. In the video, he stated he was grateful for the cutting-edge drugs from Regeneron and Gilead for COVID-19. However, we also learned that Trump had invested in these companies and had reported capital gains from these 2 companies in the past. Many in the press have stated that also the president wants to show he is doing well and working relentlessly in this latest White House release. And there are questions as to whether the video and the pictures released from Trump are actually valid and if they had been previously edited. Navy Commander Dr. Sean Connolly also said this morning that the president had at least 2 concerning drops in oxygen levels, but is doing well. And Chief of Staff Mark Meadows also had been quoted by saying Trump had made unbelievable improvements from yesterday morning, and his desire to achieve a second stimulus is greater than ever. Dr. Conley was also vague on his press release just now whether the president had received oxygen today, and he did not mention how contact tracing had progressed and how the president had received the virus in the first place. He also stated that the president currently is fever-free and off supplemental oxygen, and his oxygen saturation is between 96 and 98%. He is also on a 5-day course of the drug remdesivir, which has been shown previously to shorten recovery times for most COVID-19 patients who had taken the drug. It's also important to mark October 8th on your calendar, because that will be the 8th day of when the president had contracted COVID-19, and his symptoms should be the most severe at that stage. So we can tell about the severity of Trump's COVID-19 symptoms, and we will try to see how exactly sick he currently is on that date. So we'll keep monitoring the situation. That's it. You're all caught up on the news and stimulus and COVID-19 news. Please enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you back on this channel. Please hit subscribe. Thank you.